At the start of the movie, we see Loretta Sage, an author who writes novels related to romance and adventure. Loretta is quite unhappy with her life after her husband passes away. He died 5 years before, yet Loretta is still mourning his departure from the world. Loretta recently wrote a novel named The Lost City of D. In the next scene, we see Beth, the novel's publisher, introducing Loretta to the cover model, Alan Caparison, representing the fictional hero of her novel named Dash McMahon. At the same time, we can see that Loretta does not like Alan, but Beth insists that she will have to accompany him on the book tour. Loretta does not approve of it, but still sits with him at the show. The show turned out to be a complete disaster, seeing everything go against the plan. Beth advises Loretta to spend some time with Alan to get to know each other well. She also tells her that this would benefit their book promotion. Loretta gets exasperated at this and departs from there. As she exited the building, 2 men forcefully took her away with them. Alan sees them abducting her. Next, we see that a man named Abigail Fairfax has kidnapped Loretta. Abigail tells her that he is a billionaire and the novel which she has written is based on a true story. He tells her that she has written the novel while living with her husband, who was an archaeologist. He also explains that he has discovered a lost city located on an island in the Atlantic. He reveals that there is an abundance of gold hidden in that city. Loretta refuses to believe in him, at which Abigail takes out a small piece of an ancient map and tells Loretta that a volcanic eruption will soon destroy the place. Loretta is still not convinced about going with him to the island, at which Abigail forcefully takes her with him. In the next scene, we see that Alan tells Beth about Loretta's abduction and recruits a man named Jack, who was working for the Navy in the past and is now an employee of a CIA operative. Going back to Loretta and Abigail, he ties her to a chair and places the piece of the map in front of her. He then demands Loretta solve it. We saw that Alan had reached the island and met Jack. They both come up with a rescue plan to help free Loretta. But then Alan refuses to help Jack with the plan, which indicates that he is scared. But Alan tells Jack that he is not an expert like him. Jack sets out to free Loretta himself, but still Alan helps him. They both reach Loretta, but don't have much time to untie her, so they carry her along with the chair. They get out of the hut after fixing a bomb which explodes right after their departure. The sound of the explosion reaches Abigail, and he starts panicking after knowing that Loretta had run away along with his map. He sends some of his men after them. Next, we see Jack untying Loretta, amidst which they both start flirting with each other. Suddenly, one of Abigail's men appears there and shoots Jack. Seeing this, Alan picks Loretta, who was still tied to the chair, and throws her into the car before starting to drive it. But they couldn't get too far away as Alan was constantly busy wiping Jack's blood drops from his face. He stops the car before a trench and sees that Loretta is no longer in the car. Instead of falling in the trench, he sees that Loretta has fallen behind the car. He reaches out to her to help her get up. Loretta gets up and says that they should get out of there at once. But unfortunately, it falls into the trench before they can get in the car. They start heading toward the car to get Alan's phone and other possessions. Abigail's men arrive but find no one. Loretta and Alan take their things and start climbing upwards, but Abigail's team sees them and starts chasing them. They start running away and reach a waterfall where Loretta spots the same symbols on the wall that are on the map, but she hides them from Alan. They spend the whole night in a hiding spot where Abigail's men can't trace them. Back to Beth, she files an abduction report for Loretta, but the police do not pay much attention to her, after which she takes a flight and lands on the Atlantic island. In the morning, we see Loretta trying to interpret the symbols on the map. Alan comes up to her and questions her about the map. Loretta answers that it was given to her by Abigail, who has come here searching for a treasure. Loretta also says that it is no use to tell this all to him as he is more interested in building his acting career. Alan gets quite upset and starts walking out of there after offensively answering Loretta. But just then, Abigail's men attack them again. But they both manage to escape them and enter a nearby village. They change their clothes and come out to greet people of the village. Then we see them both dancing to the villagers' slow music. Listening to the music, Loretta understands that the treasure they are looking for is hidden in a sinkhole located somewhere in the jungle. She tells this to Alan, to to which he confesses that he has seen the sinkhole on the map. But before they could proceed, Abigail reaches there and takes Loretta away with him. Alan also chases them from behind, at which Abigail's men capture him too. Abigail takes them both to the location where the treasure is hidden, but instead of finding a crown filled with gold and diamonds, he sees a crown made out of red seashells. Seeing this, Loretta tells him that the crown is the treasure he has been looking for. She tells that the red seashell crown was gifted to her. She points towards a nearby tomb and tells them that they both promised each other to be buried together there. Hearing this, Abigail gets infuriated and tells them that this whole adventure has cost him a lot of money. He locks Loretta and Alan in the tomb and heads out, but finds out that one of his men has escaped along with the ship. Locked in the tomb, both Loretta and Alan start apologizing to each other, but Loretta finds the tool to unlock the tomb near her hand, which must have been left there by one of Abigail's men. Next, we see that Beth reaches the location with a local Coast Guard. She meets Abigail, but he says he hasn't seen anyone there. Loretta and Alan manage to escape the tomb, but just then, the volcano erupts, and the exit is blocked. They both get out of there through the sinkhole, which leads them to the ocean. There, they meet Beth. She tells them that she had just rescued a man, to which they reply that it must be Abigail, the one who has gotten them into the situation. After this, we see that Abigail tries to run away from there, but Beth's men capture him. Loretta and Alan return, and she composes a novel based on their adventure. The book gets popular quickly. They both are quite happy with each other, and one day Jack surprises them during a yoga class, telling them that he managed to survive the accident. And the movie has come to an end. If you have a passion for movies and everything about them is your destination, subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the notification bell icon and leave a like to support the channel. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow. Until then, stay safe. Peace.